Luan Nguyen. This is Dr. Nguyen. So, I've been dealing with some shoulder pain for the last couple of weeks, or almost 6 to 8 weeks already now. And so far I've rested. I tried some acupuncture, but I felt like I needed a little bit more. Especially, I just got my MRIs back. I went to St. Luke's and got some MRIs on my shoulders, and I found that I had some supraspinatus rotator cuff muscle tendon tears, so partial tears. So I felt I had to level it up, and physical therapy is my go-to. It's something that hasn't failed in my life in terms of coming back from an injury. So put in an appointment with Dr. Leonard Campos. We're going to have our first eval and go through some testing and some exercises.
I'll measure the left first since it hurts more. Bring both arms up as high as you can. That hurt. 5, 6. Do it again. Tell me if it hurts mid-range, like does it hurt in a certain arc, or if it just hurts at the top when you do it. Is there a painful arc?
Right around here.
Okay, and then if you keep going, it hurts. And does it go away?
At this point, it goes away.
Okay. Both sides have the painful arc?
Yeah.
Alright, you are going to push outward. Okay. Don't lean into me. Rotate out. Alright, you're going to rotate out for about 5 seconds. Okay, ready, go. Push, 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 push. Okay. 21. Numbers don't lie. I mean, we already know from a physiological standpoint what's going on in there, right? And actually, your supraspinatus muscles, they're not. I mean, one's 47, one's 30, but I mean, those weren't the hardest things for you to do. Definitely, when we got to the scapular stability muscles, that's where you had more of the issue. Probably what's going into causing the rotator cuff to wear down, right? So. The one model thinking is rotator cuff helps to stabilize the ball in the socket, but if the floor is not stable, you're more likely to have issues out here, right? So the muscles you just checked, where you had the weaker portions were on the scapular muscles to stabilize this. So if this isn't as stable as it needs to be, you tend to have those kinds of issues, especially if you're swinging ballistically with velocity, right? As in tennis, right? Okay. Outside of that, numbers look fairly good. You look like a 40-year-old guy. I mean, it's not bad. I mean,
how do I get it to a 30-year-old guy?
I don't know, man. You're trying to beat Father Time. It's doable. I mean, I think it's always doable. But when you push into that, I think you just have to say, if you're trying to restore like some of this, sometimes you go, well, you might get a little pain along the way with it. Try to see if we can loosen up some stuff just because it looks good. And it might make you feel good. Just hold that. It's like we're in over the top. Okay, relax. Ready? Make a fist. Let your shoulder blades sink in. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, even if this muscle is toast, it can be. Everyone could do pretty good without it. I mean, you can. Basically, what you gotta do is they call it build a bridge. So you have to strengthen up these two muscles pretty good, and it'll allow for any issues happening up with the supraspinatus which would be good because then we can get this going, stop pinching it down, let that heal up, get a little break kind of thing. Once it's feeling pretty good, go back in and start strengthening up. So a large portion of the rotator cuff strengthening will happen for the infraspinatus and the subscapular, which works good for your tendons because that's part
So if I strengthen those muscles, the likelihood of tearing the supraspinatus more is less.
Yes, because it's kind of like flying a plane. You can lose one engine and still fly the plane, right? It's when you lose multiple engines we have an issue. So particularly in this case, since it's the one in between, if you strengthen up those side ones, you can tend to do pretty well. Okay. So that's going to be the treatment idea for the rotator cuff. So that way the mechanics can happen well here. When we get to other things, heavy row. As heavy as you feel like you can. Anytime you grip and pull, you'll be using the rotator cuff in its true sense. So you can't hurt yourself with the row. Go as heavy as you want. Okay. That's the one to put weight on. And then we move to this support muscles that are going to stabilize the scapula. It's going to be the serratus. We'll start on some variation for that. And then the lower trap, which is your weakest one. 8 and 9, your mid and lower trap. So lower trap, what happens, remember we were talking about the blade arm motion. Mm-hmm. To get that overhead motion, it's the ball moving on the socket, the blade rotating, right? And then the collarbone rotating. So it's going to give us our top end. Lower trap is going to connect here and pull down, and serratus is going to connect here and pull up. So that's going to be the 1-2 combo to unlock pressing motions. Once you're doing pretty good with those things, and you have pretty good motion, then I would move to a floor press first. Just bench pressing off the floor. It takes away the dangerous, painful portion, which is the stretch, right? So floor stops you. Once you can press off the floor, I would say, since you're looking at 135, once you could do about 25-pound plates on your barbell, then I'd say it's time to move further to a bench press. Okay. And at that point, just do whatever you want. Okay. So that would be the progression from right now till then.